Hello, greetings. This is Gilles Monsieur. I want to come and say hello for guidance for this full moon in Virgo, which will be the potential for brand new beginnings. Although full moons are not usually about beginnings, they're mostly about endings. But here it's going to be with the 22 portals. We are 2019 is a 2 year, so it's going to be a great deal of potential for openings and newness. And so I was going to stop those videos in English because there was very few people watching, and I said to do it every day, maybe to do it once a week, maybe enough. But Spirit is asking me to continue doing it, so I am doing it. Eventually, I might for also some. I know that the less you speak, the more we will be listened to. So in many sense, I thought to take a break, but Spirit is asking me to continue to do that, and because I'm here to offer assistance, support, inspiration, motivation, joy, to bring joy and to reinforce your determination in finding this inner joy within yourself. And in a sense, if I can help one person with any video, it is enough. It has fulfilled its purpose. The highest wisdom for this moon is surround. We're going to be able to surround. The idea of control is an illusion. Let go of the control. Trust the flow. Be in the now. Forget the past. Forget the future. Understand there is potential of manifestation, which comes from focalizing and nourishing our dream. But there is also the potential of miracle, which takes no effort whatsoever. It's just about being open and believing that things can happen magically and miraculously. What you need to understand is our master guide. Our master guide is the guide of the spiritual path. It is the one that aligns us with our soul and our I am presence. And so trust your master guide. Call on your master guide. I don't know if you know your master guide. If you do, let me know who is your master guide. If you do not know, just ask to know. What we need to do is the paradigm shift. There is a complete reversal of energy. Everything is being reversed. We're turning the focus from the outer to the inner, from separation to inclusion, from fear into love. So there is a great deal of transformation. And the outcome will be effort. There is a certain effort that is required from us to achieve that. But once the effort is produced, everything will flow with grace and ease. So I want to say also sometimes, because we are part of this time proposal, we invested, we incarnated within time, and sometimes we started all kinds of things, and so once we are trapped within a cycle, it is really hard to extricate ourselves from the cycle. So it is good to ask that the cycle be complete, and then from there not to restart the same cycle, but to start something new every day. The chance to start something new. Yet sometimes we are trapped within a cycle, and we have automatic thoughts, like I wake up in the morning. I used to now change my habits, but I used to wake up in the morning, first thing I have 1, 2, 3 coffees, and then 1, 2, 3 cigarettes, and it's just unconscious, subconscious, and those things had to be deactivated for me to return to my breathing. And so now it is done, but we do not want to replay the whole process over and over again. We want to ask, or it can be anything else, but sometimes we have thoughts, things that we do unconsciously, that because of habits, but we want a mental program to be cleared of all that, so we can move and receive information from the superconscious, to let go of all these unconscious actions. And it is a problem for me to be born like 2 generations ahead of my time, for like 50 years in the future. In 50 years, the majority of human beings will be seeking this inner development, this inner self, to be one with their soul, to be an ascension potential. But now there is only 0.1% of those beings. It's enough. There's 6 million people, but those are the most important. You are as an aspiration, and as a spiritual worker, you are aspiring to self-mastery. You are more important than all the sleeping. All those people that are sleeping, that are part of the program without being conscious, without even wanting to address their inner self. So we are very important in many sense, although we are a very small minority. All those who are accepting to face their own inner self, to face their own inner fears and inner shadows, in order to transmute them. We're moving through the 4th dimension. We want to be master of the 4th dimension, the first, second, third, and 4th dimension. 4th dimension is the dreamscape, where we have all our projection, our emotion, and we want to establish ourselves in the upper plane, so we'll be able to open the matrix to the higher planes from there. And so we want to be solidly anchored within the potential of experiencing our dreams. And so we're going through that right now. So, but in a sense, it is because of those people awakening and accepting to go through this ascension process that the collective ascension will become possible for everybody in the coming generations. And it is for us that it is those who have done the inner work that will be able to find the freedom and the abundance and the prosperity that will be given by the universe once we'll have completed that little cycle that we're going through. Understanding our soul is who we are. We are our soul, but we do not know who we are because we are eternal beings of light. And so, but our soul is also our I am presence. The I am presence in the upper planes. There is no separation. Although our soul draws from the I am presence everything it needs. It is called, if you find your soul, you find your I am presence. If you find your I am presence, you find your soul. It is all part of this understanding of unity consciousness. And so you want your soul to be seated in the front, to be the driver of your life. You want your higher self to become the master of your senses, to master all the senses, the physical body, the mouth, the ears, the eyes, everything, all those bunch of visceral entities that sometimes we let ourselves be dominated. The body wants something, we need to give it right away. So the soul needs to be the master of this temple, this life, and it needs to dominate. It needs not dominate, but to be a roommate, a compassionate leader of that process for the physical body, for the adult ego, for the inner child, for the adolescent rebellious part of ourselves. All those beings have to be integrated and to accept that we find harmony within opposition. We have those opposition, but they are harmonized within ourselves. And to find this balance, this coexistence of opposite, understanding that from the upper plane they see that everything serves God, although everything, there is not such anything that does not serve the I am presence in discovering who it is and and this plan of God. Everything is part of the plan. Even those who are fighting against the plan are serving that plan. But for us, there are certain things we want to let go of. Sometimes I feel like the society is so primitive. It's like everything is about abusing and nobody's rebelling again. There's some people rebelling, but not in the right way. They're fighting against the current rather than transmuting them. So it requires patience. But as we become more centered within ourselves, we take care of our own business, we take care of our own ascension, our own well-being. Then everything else. Will run its course. For as Spinoza said, life has to be accepted as perfect as it is, and then from there is always things that we need to perfect. But first we need to accept that life cannot be any different than what it is now. For now, it is where the power is. The future and the past will not provide us the opportunity for creating new life, new miracles, and this thing. It will be new cycle of illusion as we go into the past and future. So another thing is to, once we realize that you have a divine soul, that you are a divine soul, and even although it's part of the upper plane, the soul lives on the higher plane. You can put everything in the hands of your soul, all your problems, all your issues in the hands of God. So it is and that higher self will know how to handle it with grace and ease, because it is part of it knows the process it has itself created. I'm going to pull a few cards from the Akash. Today, the highest wisdom is the Celtic. What we need to understand is the vessels, is the exploration. What we need to do is wisdom. We need to embrace wisdom, to ask for more wisdom always, and the outcome will be forgiveness. Forgiveness is freedom. Once we have forgiven ourselves and forgiven ourselves, we are free. It's something deep. It's something we have to work on. I wanted to speak briefly of first contact. Sometimes I'm tempted to comment on all kinds of illusionary processes that are going on in the world, but first contact is the coming together, the reuniting with all the galactic families. All the governments know that those galactics exist already. They are hiding it from the people. They all for mainly power reason, but the point would be to convince enough government, or anyone, maybe one government would be enough to reveal that to its people, and to ask for the first contact to happen. For it has to, first we have to make enough peace among, we have to create enough peace on the earth for that to happen. But as soon as the galactic comes in, we'll be provided with technology. In a matter of a few months, we can heal every illness. Nobody will be sick ever again. We can restore all the pollution, can be restored. All the energy problems will be solved because of 0-point technology. Everybody will be fed. Everybody through replicators will be given new forms of communication, new forms of transportation. Will be given a spaceship that will be able to explore brand new world with new civilization, and will be the Star Trek generation. All of this can happen as the first contact will happen. It will generate this whole process. So in some sense, as when you move into your higher self, you are being shown the future. You live in the future. You see so many things. You want those things to come really close soon, and it's not that far in the future. But in many sense, you want it now. And sometimes you say, well, you have to still, like, humanity has to be ready to receive that before it can be completely free. Find this great this time of joy and abundance and freedom and celebration. Move into the era of light and life, the wisdom of universal brotherhood. But there is a lot of propaganda that's been communicated to keep people in fear, to keep people separated, to the high, the low, the good guys, the bad guys, and all those things has been created to distract humanity from discovering that truth. So that's essentially my message. The painting behind me is a painting on cosmology. I had to return to it. The upper part, there's just a few details, and then the lower part here is just going to work on the central universe. Here, the universe is created as concentric circles, just as life is created from the center out. And here I'm just have to work in those the families of the infinite spirit, the higher personality, the messengers host of space, and the ministers of time, the angels here, and the sons of God here, and the courtesy colonies. So there's a lot of little details. It's a very long and slow process, but I do enjoy making those paintings. It will take me a long time. And so when I say the last exercise is to use to imagine you have a button. I think it's Archangel Gabriel or Michael that was giving this exercise. Is to use that 2 or 3 times a day at least, and every day. It's a button that you turn it as you imagine this button and use your etheric hand and you turn it and it raises your frequency. So you raise your frequency and then you turn it even more, even if it's not comfortable. You go all the more higher, and then you try to stay as much as possible for a few minutes in this frequency. Then you return to the frequency of comfort, but always to know you have this button to always raise your frequency that can always elevate you, and then to try to go as high as you can, and then although you let yourself go down to the frequency where you're comfortable, but to know this button and work with this button to raise your frequency, to tune into the higher frequencies. Well, I hope you will be able to use that. I'm going to finish with a song. I'm going to sing it. It's a French song about somebody that's running after time, and there's no more running. Time is permanent. It is the only thing that's permanent. Everything changes through time, but time does not change. It is now. It is here. It is now, and it always will be. Always has been, and so it is within the now that we're. So this person that's part of is like running after time. He says, "I won't have the time. There's too much to love. Too much flowers, too much heart, too many hearts, too much." But it's a beautiful song, so it goes like this. Je n'aurai pas le temps, même en courant, plus vite que le vent, plus vite que le temps, même en volant, je n'aurai pas le temps de visiter toute l'immensité d'un si grand univers. Même en 100 ans, je n'aurai pas le temps de tout faire. J'ouvre tout grand mon cœur, j'aime de tous mes yeux. C'est bien trop peu pour tant de cœurs et tant de fleurs. Des milliers de jours, c'est bien trop court, c'est bien trop court. Et pour aimer comme l'on doit aimer quand on aime vraiment, même en s'entend. Je n'aurai pas le temps. Well, thank you very much. I wish you a wonderful day. I hope this full moon will bring you this new beginning, this brand new cycle of potentiality that is before us. And if you're already attuned to your heart and soul, you already know, your soul and heart has already told you what's before you. If you do not know, let go of all fear and not trust that there is a great potential for discovering a new life, brand new life. What does paradise means for you? What's your highest vision? Cultivate that vision, cultivate that dream, and be ready to receive it. For when you ask, you will be receiving it. So invest in yourself. Thank you very much. Namaste.